Hello and welcome, vegan savages, to another Ask Me Mondays. It got colder in Berlin, it dropped like overnight 10 degrees, but I like it. For me it's still t-shirt weather, but just not so hot anymore. Autumn is kicking in and then winter is coming. No, I'm not looking forward to winter, but the phrase is cool. Anyways, let's get into your questions. I hope there's some funny questions. You know, you not only are allowed, or you are allowed to ask me anything. You not only can ask me questions about training and nutrition, no, about everything you starve to know. And I don't know everything by far, but at least I have an opinion about many things, or I just tell you I don't know, but ask away down below. Now is your chance. And let's just start with the questions I got. Question: is alkaline water any better or different than regular water? People always claim it has more health benefits than regular water. I don't believe it's significantly better. I understand that the pH is different because of minerals added, but is it really any better than regular drinking water? PS, I love your channel. Thank you for loving my channel. So I agree with your statement, it's not significantly healthier, because it doesn't really matter, in my opinion, if your water is more alkaline or more acidic, because overall it's in the middle. Distilled water, you know, it has a pH level of 7, it's neutral. And then if your water is a bit acidic, like a 6 or 5 on the scale, or a bit alkaline, like 8 or 9, doesn't matter. What matters is what you actually eat. Do you eat blueberries or do you eat bacon? Blueberries are super alkaline and healthy, and bacon is really acidic and unhealthy. That is what matters. And if your water is a bit that or a bit that, doesn't matter. So I think it's mostly a scam. Just drink clean water. That's much more important. Your water can be alkaline. You just put baking soda in and your water is super alkaline. But if it's filled with filth, with dirt, with garbage, then you get all the garbage in your system, but it's alkaline. Doesn't matter. Get clean water, pure water, and eat a healthy diet, and that is what matters. But I can make an entire video about pH, all that stuff, if you're interested. Let me know. My question: what would your suggestion be for vegans who feel their environment dystopic? I am generally a positive person, but since going vegan I started seeing all these arrogance and negativity. I started drinking alcohol. I am not addicted, but I tend to have a glass of whiskey plus Coke every second night. I talked about it many times in my Ask Me Mondays, so I encourage you to watch my other Ask Me Mondays if you haven't. But how do you cope with that? I always say veganism is like waking up or into a nightmare that you not wake up of a nightmare, but you wake into the nightmare. You realize what is going on in the world, what is behind animal products, all the destruction, all the suffering, the murdering, the killing, the throat slitting, all the resources that go into that, all the corruption, all the money, all the subsidies from the government, and how unhealthy it is for us. And we live in the system where this is the norm, and you're like, what the f? So, but what I suggest, because it is what it is. So accept reality as it is and focus on the solution. Focus on how you can contribute to reduce the suffering. And it all starts with yourself, what you put on your plate. And if you decide for breakfast, lunch and dinner not to eat animal products but plant products, you already reduce the suffering greatly. And then lead by example, and your environment will see, whoa, he or she thrives on a plant-based diet, and they get plant curious, vegan friendly, vegan curious, and eat also less animal products and more plant foods. And that's what it's all about. Focus on the solution yourself, and then becoming an activist of your own rights, of your own passions. What do you like to do? And then you can combine it with activism and reduce the suffering that is going on. And I recommend doing that in a positive way, because positive way, because then you reach more people. Otherwise, if you come with negativity and be judgmental, then you just bump against a wall, then people are like, nah. But if you're positive, if you're open, if you are understanding and don't judge people, then they're much more open-minded and you just enjoy it more being that way because you're positive. That makes you happier by default. So I would accept the reality we have right now, where factory farming does exist, but we're moving together into a direction where we get rid of it and you place your part in it, but be positive on the way. There's so many things to be positive about and it's just so much more fun. You only have this life once, so make the most out of it. Yeah, I feel like I sound like a broken record. I maybe do an entire video only talking about this and then structured, but I talked about this many times, so I encourage you watch my other Ask Me Mondays. Hi, Ferdinand, I have a question for your Ask Me Mondays. I am currently transitioning to an oil-free, added salt-free diet and am in the process of changing my tastes so I enjoy food without oil and salt. The issue is that I enjoy cooking for other people who have no plans of doing this and are used to a high sodium diet. I am worried that the food I cook will become bland to them, even though it tastes good to me, because I've changed my taste buds and they haven't. What are your thoughts on other sodium-free salts like potassium chloride? I want to show off how great vegan food can taste, but I'm worried that changing my tastes too much will prevent me knowing what tastes good to them. Thanks. That is an excellent question. So, how do you do it? Simple. Let's start with salt. You want to get rid of oil and adding oil and salt. Let's start with the salt. You just, when you cook for others, you just add salt on the table because they can use their own salt and then they have the right amount. And often, what people don't know, when you should never add salt during cooking because your food just becomes crazy rich in sodium and you don't taste it out. The thing is, for example, salted peanuts, they taste really salty because the salt, you can see it, it's on the outside of the peanuts. And in fact, what many people don't know, salted peanuts are not that high in salt, are not that high in sodium because they only contain the salt on the outside that you see. So you immediately taste it and that's why it tastes salty. But many soups or cooked stuff where they added salt in the process, it might not taste salty, but it's crazy high in sodium because during the cooking it combines with all that stuff and it is in the soup and it distributes and then you don't taste it that much anymore, but in fact it's crazy high in sodium. So always, if you want to use salt, never use salt while cooking. Use salt at the end when you're done cooking and then on the table put some salt over your food if you want. Now you don't want to add salt, that's great because too much salt leads to high blood pressure, water retention and has many negative side effects we don't want. And if we get rid of salt, if we don't salt for a while, our taste buds become cleaner and natural foods taste great. And if we then go back to more salt, it tastes mostly too salty. So you get rid of your salt and you just add it on the table and your friends, your family or whoever you're cooking for can add salt for themselves. Now with oil, leave the oil out and don't add, or you can also add oil to the table, like when you do salads and stuff, then hey, put your own oil over your salad and stuff if you want, you can do that. Or I would just cook that it tastes rich. You know, often oil just adds a rich flavor because it's high in calories. In fact, oil is the highest food in calories. So you just add something else that makes it richer, like chop some cashews in or some nut butter like cashew butter or peanut butter, some seeds like sesame, sunflower seeds or some seed butter like tahini, add some avocado, some coconut or something that is higher in calories that makes it rich and then it tastes super rich and delicious. It's much healthier, but it's oil free. And that's what I recommend to you, sodium free alternatives. Potassium chloride, I've never tried that, so I cannot tell you anything about it. But what I've tried is liquid aminos, which is only soy, water and soy, and it tastes quite salty, so you can take that. Or miso is also great, it also tastes really salty, but it has the opposite, the great effect. It actually lowers your blood pressure. So miso or liquid aminos are ones I can recommend. I'm sure there are many more, but I just haven't tried them yet. And do I stop here or one more question? Let's see. Oh, the next one is a good question. I keep that for next time because I want to talk a long. Yeah, I keep that for next time. This is an official cliffhanger, so make sure to subscribe, hit the bell that you don't miss the next Ask Me Mondays, and now's your chance to ask your questions down below, and I shall answer them. Today is such a great day. I'm making such a cool vlog. I'm producing so much content and it just excites me, makes me so happy, and I love your feedback. Your comments are great, that you love my vlogs, that they entertain you, that you take something out of them, that I just make you smile, and that just makes me happy that you smile and I can basically see all your smiling faces at home. So subscribe, watch my vlogs. I basically produce a new video every day, at least one. Crazy, right? And infographic on vegan strengths, and food pic on vegan's food, and podcasts here and there, and German YouTube channel I have as well, and dropping new merch. Okay, I stop talking here. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, peace out.